Right, I'm just going to let Dawn in. Bit of tension, perhaps, because last night I was watching the telly about 7:15. First time I flicked it on, it was all about Boris and Dominic Cummings, and Dawn had had enough of it, and she wasn't going to sit there and watch the telly with me, so got the bit of a hump on, but I think she's all right now. We shall see, but I'm going to let her in now. That's the reality of what we're in, the lockdown, isn't it?
Good morning.
Morning, Dawn.
I'm reporting in for my whether I'm physically normal or not.
Hey?
I'm doing this corona symptoms study.
Oh, right, okay. I've added a question.
Oh God! I tried to do the National Health Service one, but without your doctor's details, you can't sign on. So I've got to ring the doctors today to get the details. It's silly, isn't it? Never mind.
Well, the one I had just used to ask, had you had a test and are you feeling okay?
Yeah, that's the same one I do every day.
Now they're asking how many times you've been out in the last week and met anybody.
Oh, I had that one last week.
Oh, did you? Well, I must have missed it. Anyway, good. You've done your survey. Are you physically okay?
Oh, I know it says, are you normal? Not okay.
Well, the answer's no every day.
I answer yes.
Episode 64, Tuesday, the 26th of May, 2020. We've got some really good feedback today, quite amusing, from various quarters.
What episode is it?
64.
64, oh dear. I don't reckon we're going to get to 100.
Well, if this feedback keeps going, we will do, because there's some cracking little stories.
Yeah. Oh, they were funny yesterday. They were funny.
A few photos and stuff like that, and more to come.
PK didn't send you a photo, did he?
I'll get to that in a second. And yeah, if that photo appears, I'll have to censor it. Block a bit.
Have you got a fig leaf?
Anyway, I've still got stuff like forgetting things.
Oh yes.
An unsung hero still wants to be finished, but I might not even get around to that because there's some good stuff. Anyway, the music. Barry Royden back in the game with what's he got now? Six points, I think. He's got 6 points, so he's closing in on the leader, Angie Crush, with 7.5. He got Jocelyn Brown, somebody else's guy. What was the link? The link was with Julio and Gray. Oh, they were both in the charts adjacent to each other in 1984. I think they were number 16 and 17. In fact, Julio Iglesias, all the girls I've loved before, only got to number 17 in the UK charts. Shocking, isn't it?
Do I have to comment? Each to their own.
Anyway.
Probably better artists out at the time. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't remember who was number one, but here you go. Here's today's music. Get the artist, the link, and yeah, the title. But Barry Royden, he needs to just up his game a fraction. I'm giving out a point, just getting the artist, but he needs to get the link a little bit as well, I think. Anyway, here we go. What do you reckon?
That's hard.
Is it?
Well, I don't know it.
Not for our crack squad. No, they're bound to get it. Yeah. Right, I've got off Facebook. I got sent. He watches Facebook, but he can't comment on Facebook. I have to teach him after the lockdown. Dave Adkin.
Oh, well, here we go.
Is for some viewers. He's talking about camping. It brought back floods of memories from him, and he went back to 1947 and 48 when they used to go camping in this. What about that? And that's his tent in the back.
Yeah, I can well imagine. No room in the car.
They used to put a lot of bedding in the car, and he used to he had to see out the window by lying on the back. That wasn't his car, that was his dad's car.
Yeah, I realise this. I mean, I don't think he's that old, is he?
He's quite old. And then, do you recognise this place where they used to go camping? In fact, I wonder if we should put that out there as a competition. See if anyone recognises it. Yeah. Do you recognise it?
Yes, I do. I recognise that blooming tree.
Go on then.
No, I'm not going to say because I'll look like an idiot if it's not right.
Go on.
No, I'm not going to do it on air.
You go and I'll tell you.
What do you mean? I'll go.
Well, you recognise the tree. Go on.
Well, it looks like the tree that where we did the blooming national last year.
No, sorry, that is Footscray Meadow.
Footscray Meadow. Oh right.
Yeah, they used to go camping initiatives there. Yeah. Final one from Dave. Must thank Dave for all these photos. He's obviously got some exercise rummaging around his flat, which is good news. Here's Dave and the family. Oh no, it's not Dave. That's Pat with Dave's parents and the kids.
Oh right.
Yeah, and you can see they've got a blow up boat, their car, and they used to get 6 of them in that car. Go to Cornwall.
Well, as you said, they didn't have seat belts in those days. I mean, now you couldn't do it, could you? You have to have them all strapped in and safely secured, don't you? So.
And that included Grandad, who only had one leg. I mean, they really put themselves through the mill, didn't they? Imagine going down all the way to Camp Cornwall, 6 in a car with one leg. There you go.
What's one leg got to do with it? There's more room if you've only got one leg. Oh dear. Sorry, Dave. I really apologise.
I wonder if anyone's got similar stories shipping around like that. But there you go. What's the most you've ever got in a car? Perhaps we shouldn't ask.
No, because they used to have competitions, didn't they? We're seeing the Guinness Book of Records, how many people you get in a minute. I remember seeing that, and they were all sitting. There were like 4 people on the. Oh God, that would be my worst nightmare. I know, thanks.
No, especially with coronavirus. Angie Crush, again bringing back memories. They had experience of a neighbour who was a nudist, which was a bit of a shock to them. So, and I know somebody who had a neighbour who would prance around the garden naked, not just my parents, and they weren't sure whether to actually have a look or close the curtains. They weren't in a real dilemma.
Well, as I said, if they're not harming anybody and they're doing it in their own pace, don't look. If you don't like that sort of thing, don't look. Or as you say, pull the curtains. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? If they're doing it in their own space, it's their space, isn't it?
Yeah. Hubert from Canada, all the talk of camping. He was on a camping website trying to book a holiday now with camping. So.
Oh right.
But he did admit he combined the camping with what he's forgotten, and he forgot tent poles once when he went camping. And he also highlighted that his dad, Hubert Senior, used to like a spot of nude sunbathing in the garden, and it was okay until he had grandkids, and then Hubert and the family had to put a sign up warning that clothes were optional beyond this point. Just to stave off grandkids running through to the back garden and getting a bit of a shock. So that's a good point, actually. If you've got any nudists in your family, put up a sign just to warn visitors.
Put up a sign. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that's going to stop the speed shots.
Graham Saker, that was a good story. He forgot his smart shoes once when he went away for an athletics weekend, so he had to make do with wearing his trainers at a smart dinner. That reminded me actually of I went to a huge charity function in Belfast, typical Irish, great fun, about 200 people there. Everybody had table place all marked out where you're supposed to sit and everything. And then the organiser, bless him, old John that I knew, he was hovering around and scratching his head thinking, where's he supposed to sit? And he forgot to give himself a place.
Oh, bless him.
Everything else was spot on. Really good evening, but there you go.
Mm.
James Ridger, amazing story, trumped everybody in terms of tickets. He arranged for 15 people to go to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix, and they all got there and had forgotten the tickets.
Oh, God. I remember that when you did it in France.
Yeah, he got a better reception from the organisers, though, because they allowed him to buy 15 more and then present copies of the other one and get a refund.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I did it.
You had to go back to the hotel room and get the right ones. You took the wrong day, so bit of a miss. You had tickets, but you had the wrong day, didn't you?
Yeah, we were in
couldn't get in. We were
Paris.
in Paris, the Worlds.
World Championships. It was probably an hour's journey, wasn't it? Somewhere like that, out to the stadium from where we were staying.
No, it was about half an hour, but you took an hour, and I had to entertain 2 children while you went back and got the tickets.
Yeah,
I got there eventually. That's all right.
Get any help from the people on the gate, but they're French. There you go.
Don't dish the French, Mark. We might have some French listeners.
I found somebody who doesn't like camping. That's Grazia. In fact, she doesn't like sharing a room or tent with anybody. So
No.
very sociable outside of tents, but not in
and rooms. What about when Mum and Dad on holiday though?
That's the big one, isn't it? When you're a little kid.
Oh yeah.
Like, she got left behind. Dad went on holiday. Not that, I mean, it was in Italy, not far away, but went on holiday expecting Mum to pick Grazia up from school, and Mum forgot. So that was a bit of a shock. And she moved to England, was the story, yeah. Also on holiday...
Not because of that.
The thing is, when parents do something like that to you, you can blame a lot on that, can't you? So you can get your own back over the years.
The point being is, everyone makes mistakes in life, and we do sometimes when we're busy, etc. We do make some howlers, but the point is, it defines you because it makes you stronger, etc. So at the end of the day, you got to forgive them. I mean, we can't keep blaming everybody. It's ridiculous.
No, we lost 2 rabbits and a child in 1 week, didn't we?
Well, you tell the story then, because we left the rabbit out in the run and the fox got it, and then one died naturally. And what was the child? Or did she go run away to get a Tamagotchi? Yeah, so she's always been difficult, hasn't she? I wouldn't buy her one the evening before because I was tired and I just wanted to go home and go get them to bed and sleep, etc. And she decided to get up very early the next morning and got on her bike and off. She took £10 out of my purse and off she went to get a Tamagotchi. How she got up Seven Oaks Hill is beyond me. But anyway, she did. She was a right little devil, but never mind.
Yeah, that was a bit frightening, wasn't it? Yeah, how old was she?
Well, she was still sort of like maybe 10. I don't know. I mean, I can't remember exactly what age she was. Very sort of like determined. But if she'd have waited to that evening, she would have got a Tamagotchi. Yeah. But never mind.
So probably 10-mile cycle ride she was going on to get her
I mean, she went up to Seven Oaks to get it. So, but luckily, she knew a friend who was nearby, and she went there rather than come home. Thank God, because by that time it was really busy. So, and
we called the police and everything, didn't we? So that was
that
wasn't our fault. We didn't actually lose her or forget her, did we?
No.
But we lost her, but we didn't forget her.
It felt like we lost her, but we got her back eventually. Yeah. I should have murdered her, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Rattled her cage or something.
Yeah. Mark Piquet bringing up, advancing the theme that certainly our parents' generation seem to be a bunch of nudists, because his dad's into it as well. Piquet Senior, Richard Piquet.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Often seen at park runs and athletics events, still competing in his 80s with his shorts on. but he likes a spot of nudism. I hope he doesn't watch this.
Probably not.
He blames it on needing his full dose of vitamin D.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could sit out in the sun with your clothes on and still get vitamin D. I don't think you need to take them all off.
No. But they were on holiday, and Mark's dad insisted in going to the nudist beach section of the beach. So the whole family had to traipse up there. I don't think the kids had to take their clothes off, but unfortunately, an American had an accident and dislocated his shoulder while he was water skiing, and PK Senior was able to administer first aid, and it might have helped the American, but it didn't help Mark, because he's been traumatized ever since seeing one nudist give first aid to another nudist on a beach packed with other nudists. So I do have sympathy there. He promised to find some photographs, but I'm not sure we're ready for that, especially those up early in the morning. Yeah.
No, that's what I was worried about, that you got some photographs. When you said, "Oh, I've got some photographs," I thought, "Oh my God, please!"
Finally, Dave Adkin on the feedback. He was telling me that his dad, and even him a little bit, I wasn't sure quite what to think of this, because they've got queue jumping techniques within the family. Basically, it seems to revolve around carrying suitcases everywhere, dropping them, causing chaos, and then the queue loses its
shape
and organisation, and they jump in the queue. And Dave's even at the Commonwealth Games roped in his daughter Julie to queue jump, and told her to hang around back there so he could cause a bit of chaos, and then say, "Julie, what are you doing? I've been waiting for you, and call her into the queue." So good amateur dramatics from Dave, I think, to queue jump.
Oh, I don't think this is very fair to everybody else.
We're very.
Well, no, you are, but I mean, like, I must admit, if I've been waiting in a queue and someone comes in front of me, I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm very observant, so I know that person hasn't queued, and not 9 times out of 10 they're told there's a queue, please go to the back of it, etc. Yeah. So I think I'm going to have to. No, I'm not going to take that up. That's not right.
No.
But I mean, if it helps them, that's fair enough.
Unsung heroes, just quickly, I think we're probably running out of time, but I'm going to wrap up some unsung heroes. This time of the year, club nights, I'll be with a measuring wheel, setting up for training on the fields. Don't see anyone typically while I'm doing it. It takes quite a lot of time carrying all these posts around and everything before I can go up and see everybody near the track. But invariably, Graham Saker comes down to have a chat with me, keep me company, and carry the bag and some posts. And it's only a little thing, but it makes a big difference psychologically when somebody chips in and offers a bit of help like that. So that's good. Similarly, with people, as I mentioned before, clearing up rubbish and things like that at the end of club nights, I often find myself looking out for stuff, checking on lost property whilst others are standing around chatting. So anybody who lends a hand's a real unsung hero in my mind, because I feel responsible for making sure we leave the place in reasonable state. Maureen Fletcher's another one, got us out of a pickle for the Tunbridge Twilight meeting when we had to upgrade the meeting, and we needed to let an official of a certain time level, and we didn't have any available 2 days before, so we went into a mild panic, or I did, as you were going to say, and we got on the phone. And Maureen, what did she do?
Oh, she delayed her trip to Bedford. Someone had dropped out in Bedford, and she'd been selected instead. And so she was coming to the Twilight meeting, but then she wanted to pull out. But she very kindly delayed her journey and came to the Twilight meeting and helped. And we're very grateful.
We arrived in Bedford very, very late in the end. So
But she had a better journey for going at that time. She didn't get held up. They had a journey straight through. So maybe there was a blessing in disguise. But I mean, it's all about helping each other, isn't it? And Sarah came as well, and Sarah Fletcher, she came as well. So in a sense, we had a win-win situation, didn't we? Out of probably something. It was only because we upgraded the meeting from a level 1 to a level 2, so that we could do various things for the athletes.
Yeah, but they responded in our hour of need, and we were very grateful for that. And also, Maureen's had health issues over the last couple of years, but she's doing all right, so that's good. Good news.
We all stick together.
Finally, I don't know why, I just picked various people that came to mind when we were talking about unsung heroes. There's a youngster called Ollie White down the club who's got a little bit of autism, I think. So, but he is so friendly and polite. Always shakes everybody's hands. Although I told him he had to do the
elbows, and yeah.
Always smiles. Says thank you for the training, and I think a lot of people could learn a little bit from Ollie. Very, very pleasant, very positive. Hope he's doing all right during the lockdown. So there's a few anyway.
Yeah.
Anything else, Dawn? Got any?
No, I mean, when you were talking about people helping at the club, etc., I found a negative, so I'm not going to end on that. So I'll go forward. I'm going to go and take Oscar for a walk because he's been asking me for the last half hour for a walk. So I'm going to take him out. See you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.